Let's take you back to our top story now. Accused number one in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial is on the stand, and this is for the first time we hear directly from the accused, Muzi Sibiya, who continues denying any involvement in the soccer star's murder. For some analysis, I'm joined now by legal expert Kabelo Seabi, who is going to be talking to us a little bit more. A very good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. What we've heard since accused number one has been cross-examined throughout the course of the day is really some details around the order of events which took place prior and leading to his arrest. I mean, he speaks about where he was taken, also talking about how he was treated, and of course denying his involvement. What stands out for you as we listen to this cross-examination?
Good afternoon. One must first understand the process that what Mr. Sibiya has been doing was to give his evidence in chief. Literally, he was telling the court his version. And once Mr. Sibiya has concluded to tell his version, he will then be subject to cross-examination by the prosecutor, Advocate Kabelo. Now, when he was telling his version, he was trying to support the statements which were made by his counsel during the time that the prosecution's witnesses were testifying. If you remember, the various police persons that dealt with the accused, the investigating team, Sergeant Mohola, Sergeant Monare and Colonel Brigadier Ninda were told how this accused person was forced to make the confession. Now, those very statements which were being made by his counsel when he was cross-examining the witnesses for the prosecution, he must now take the stand and support those statements through his own evidence. And that is what is unfolding now. Whether his version will be accepted or not is largely going to be determined by how he can stand up to cross-examination from Advocate Kabelo when the state gets an opportunity to cross-examine.
Court need to verify as a test whether the statements taken from Sibiya and the other accused were indeed under duress.
The court has already heard the evidence on behalf of the state. The various witnesses came forward to tell how the statements were taken, and all the witnesses that testified for the prosecution have denied that there was any form of coercion or any undue influence that led to the making of the statements. So at this stage, on the one hand, the evidence of the state has been heard, and it is up to the defense now, on the other end of the scale, to put evidence before the court so that the court can weigh the contending or the respective versions, the one for the state as against the one for the defense, for the court to make a finding as to whether the statements were made freely and voluntarily.
Yeah. We also know Muzi Sibiya was asked on whether or not it was the first time he had been arrested prior to this arrest, and that answer was that it was not the first time. And as you and I speak, we also know that there's the drugs and illegal ammunition charge that he's facing. What does this now tell us about the kind of criminal that the court is dealing with, and how past crimes could or could not factor in when it comes to assessing his testimony?
In a criminal court, the court is not going to pay attention to what is called character evidence. Character evidence plays a very limited role under specific circumstances. But the fact that one has been in collision with the law previously does not automatically mean that the court must accept that this person is not to be believed because they have collided with the law previously. Character evidence is not really taken into consideration. What is taken into considerations are the facts that pertain to the particular issue that the court is busy with. And in this instance, the court is seized with deciding from the version that has been given by the prosecution witnesses as against the version that is to still unfold from accused number 1 and accused number 2 as to whether they acted freely and voluntarily when they made confessions.